everybody, I am back at the Colonial Capital Humane Society working with Zeus, who is my buddy. We've had several sessions together, and at this point, Zeus and I have a pretty good understanding of one another. Zeus understands my expectations for him, and that I'm going to give him the opportunity to play tug as long as he follows the rules that I've established during our first training sessions. So right off the bat, we're working on a little bit of tug, reminding him what the rules are. Because it's been a few weeks since our last session, he catches on right away. And then we're going to start working on clarifying things for Zeus. So we're going to start working with food and the clicker, which we have never done before, and start working on some basic obedience with him. When we first started working, Zeus was so crazy for tug that he literally couldn't think or focus on anything else. That's when we started teaching him the rules of tug, and through practice, he is now able to settle into working with food, following me along with the lure, meaning I'm using the food to bring his head where I'd like his head to be. And now we're working on a watch command. So as we're working on that watch command, which means I want his focus on my eyes, I'm introducing the sound of the clicker before I give him a treat. In order for clicker training to be effective, Zeus needs to have a strong association between the sound of the click and receiving food. So during this session, we're only beginning to create that association. It's going to take a lot of repetition for Zeus to truly associate that sound with something good. That clicker can become our marker for when Zeus is doing what we'd like him to do. So as he settles down, I start working on teaching him how to do a down. Every time he gets a little bit closer to what I think might be a down, I'm going to go ahead and click and give him a treat. This is called close approximation, so even though Zeus is not in the down all the way yet, I'm giving him credit for trying or getting a little bit closer. This is how dogs learn. If we're playing hot and cold with him, we're teaching him you're getting a little bit closer to what I want, and eventually Zeus understands that I want him to put his elbows on the ground and go all the way into a down position. Every time I'm teaching a command that requires a dog to stay in that position, whether it's a sit, a down, or a place command, I'm always going to teach the release cue at the same time. So as soon as Zeus comes into the down and I give him a treat, I'm using the word break to let him know that it's okay to get up. Because I know that at this stage, Zeus is going to jump out of the down. He doesn't know to stay there. So I always start to introduce that release cue. Because it makes sense to him, and we can start building the duration of that down the next time we work. After we've got a solid down from Zeus, that brand new command he's never done before, I go ahead and give him a little break by playing tug. Then I bring out the slip lead, which is Zeus's biggest issue. So Zeus still has trouble understanding that the lead or the leash is not something to play tug with. And I'm able to use food now to desensitize Zeus to the lead. So what I'm doing is clicking and rewarding anything that's not Zeus jumping or biting at the leash. And if Zeus makes a mistake and does go to bite the lead, I simply give him hit the out command that we've worked on. When he releases it, I click and I give him food. So we're increasing the clarity once again of the commands that we've already worked on, as well as our expectations for Zeus when the leash comes out. My favorite dogs to work with at the Colonial Capital Humane Society. He is up for adoption, so if you're interested, please reach out to them directly. And thank you so much to all the staff and volunteers who do so much work for these dogs. Stay tuned for more videos.